Hey look everybody, it's the Green Swamp Wilderness area. It's calling me and Brett, and it's time for a backpacking trip. Brett and I are heading out to Green Swamp East Track. It's 50,000 acres of wilderness. One of the very few spots in Florida where you can actually get away from people for a little while. And we're headed down there for a backpacking trip. We're gonna spend some time out in the woods and see what kind of trouble we can drag up. Well, we finally made it to the trailhead. We got the trucks all locked up and secure. We've got our backpacks loaded, and we are now heading out on the first leg, which is the Florida Trail. As you can see, it's blazed orange, and it's a fairly well-groomed trail. We should have known that with all the rain that we've had, that the trail was going to be somewhat saturated. I mean, it is a swamp, as you can see, but it doesn't look too bad. It looks like we can get around most of the areas, but it is going to be a little bit wet. I don't know if you can tell, but Brett brought his kayaking shoes on this trip in anticipation of all the water. So we walked up on these oranges here, and they're wild oranges growing. There's one right here, it's pretty ripe. I'm going to attempt to get it. I can only assume that all the ones at the low level that I could probably reach have been taken by other people. Oh, there we go. So that is the fruit of labor. So we brought that orange down. I put it in Brett's backpack. You can smell it, man. Does it smell good? Yep. You can definitely tell it's wild. So he's decided, being a little taller than me, that he is going to try and go after the other one.
Samurai.
Oh.
Ah, nearly a perfect catch. Is this thing up?
So we just left the Florida Trail. It looks like this trail is blazed white. This is going to take us to the Tillman Campground. It's not nearly as groomed as the Florida Trail was, but it doesn't look bad at all, actually.
We've had water on either side of us now for a while. This is one of the two bridges that we found that we're crossing. I'm a big fan of bridges, so hopefully there will be some more that we can find along the trail. Man, I'm really digging it back in here. It's pretty secluded. We haven't seen anybody or heard anybody in quite some time. This trail is absolutely incredible. We're now starting to get a lot more overgrowth onto the trail. This is pretty wild, actually. We've made it to the first sign for the Tillman Campground. This is one of 3 at this little intersection. We're gonna head left here, but if you go right, it will take you right to the Withlacoochee River if you need water. Well, we just found an unexpected trailside visitor. He's about 5.5 foot long water moccasin. He was only about 6 inches off the trail. I don't know if he would strike if we went by, but we're not taking any chances. Well, it looks like we've made it to camp. There's our picnic table from 1821, covered in green moss. That snake was pretty cool, coming down the trail, a little viper. Wasn't quite expecting that. I wasn't expecting to have a fire pit either. Well, that's cool. But well, it's Sunday morning. Camp was pretty cool. We were the only ones there, and we got the whole night to ourselves. It was pretty awesome, actually. The fog came in and just covered everything, and then as it set in, it dropped water on the trees, and then as the leaves got heavy, it was like a little tiny rain just tinkling on top of the tent. Very peaceful, very quiet, and it was actually a blast. We're headed out now and should be back at the truck in about an hour.
Hey everyone, I'm Brett. Came out here with Chris to Tillman Campsite in the Green Swamp area. We just did a little break-in kind of backpack. Been a little while since either of us has gone out to the woods. Like Chris was saying, the fog last night was kind of cool. When it rolled in, the sun was headed down, so it kind of gave it like a fire ember glow. He was right about the leaves and everything getting a little heavy with the mildew and falling overnight.
Brett's a little bit more leery today after seeing that water moccasin yesterday. He's leading the hike out, so he's kind of being a little cautious, which is probably a good thing. It's been incredibly peaceful on our hike throughout here. So we walked up on this guy yesterday. He is all the way across the trail.